When you are writing text for Spokane Historical, keep in mind your audience. You want to inform a person who is interested in the particular building or historic site in front of them. You also want to tell interesting stories. When researching or writing a stop, here are some things you should keep in mind. What are the important human stories? Who lived or worked there? What happened to them? What businesses has it held? How has it been renovated? What is happening with it right now? Try to tell the most interesting story you can find for the site in 3 to 5 paragraphs. Here is an outline on how this could work. Paragraph 1. Sweeping statement. Here is where you will hook the readers and pique their interest. Example. Fire! Across the city of Spokane, pandemonium reigned as desperate citizens rushed to fight the flames of the 1889 inferno. Frightened Spokanites worked furiously to put out the blaze, but it was to no avail. By the end of the day, the fire had spread to over 32 square blocks, laying waste to almost the entire downtown district. Among the very few surviving structures was the Blah Blah building, which aside from serving as a temporary headquarters for Spokane's firefighters during the fire, subsequently housed refugees from the catastrophe. Paragraph 2. The story, but with a larger context. The Blah Blah building was the focal point around which the new downtown Spokane was to be centered. The building's original owner, B.L. Bryan of Chicago, lost everything in the fire and sold it to legendary Spokane tycoon Matthias Businessman. Businessman was a central figure in helping to bring jobs and financial security back to Spokane, and his influence helped Spokane to weather the Great Financial Panic of 1893. The Blah Blah building served as the central commercial hub for the rebuilt city, and even received a visit by William Howard Taft in 1901, who would become President of the United States a few years later. Paragraph 3. Architectural details. Many people are interested in architectural history or expect it as part of a historical tour. Don't go overboard here, but a few relevant details are good, particularly if there's something interesting to look at. Draw the attention of the reader to such details in the text. Note the thick, dark bricks of the Blah Blah building. One of the reasons the building survived was its construction materials. The Blah Blah building used a new type of brick called super brick. The building's proximity to the Spokane River didn't hurt either. But these advantages could not save the structure's glass gargoyles, which were melted by the extreme heat of the blaze in the neighboring Sebula building. Paragraph 4. Wrap up with details of the modern building. Do not abandon the reader in the 19th century. The building has a history after its construction. Use census records, newspapers, city directories, and other sources to find some interesting details about that history. By 1920, the Blah Blah building housed itinerant workers on its upper floors, while the lower level was devoted to a notorious pool hall called Lee's Desperados. In the 1930s and 40s, the building was the home of the Philetus Club. Almost torn down in 1970 to make way for Expo 74, the building was saved by the efforts of historic preservationists. Today, the Blah Blah houses the city's financial infrastructure, including Bank of America, Chase, and Nilsen banks. Take a stroll into the lobby to see the famous melted gargoyle on display. These are guidelines, not hard and fast rules. In Omeka, it's important to avoid copy and pasting from Microsoft Word documents. The underlying coding causes problems and will make your text unreadable on the app. First copy your text from another text editor, such as Notepad, then copy it again, and paste it into Omeka. Add your name to the Creator box and cite your sources in the Related Sources box. Use basic Turabian format. Good luck.